fight with glee, hunt OPC, his battle cry. Stars and moons light up the sky. OPC hunt, OPC, through the cosmos wild and free. Romulans and foes we fight, community our guiding light. Battling communists with cheer, reduces courage, knows no fear. With every clash and mighty roar, victory's prize forevermore. OPC hunt, OPC, through the cosmos wild and free. Romulans and foes we fight, community our guiding light. Battle anchor shift us soar, reducing its heart and core. Galactic winds, they lead our course. Unity.
All right, turn it down. All right, that's enough. That's enough of that. That's enough. Dag nabbit. Welcome in, everybody. It's Rev News. I'm still here. I am still here, surprisingly. I actually messaged Tarpitude yesterday. Look, if you don't hear from me, it was not me. I've been taken away. I've been done away with. But I'm still here. I'm still here. So we're going to talk about it. We've also got patch 80.1. Yep, patch update. I'm not going to make a video for it. We're just going to talk about it here. That's fine. Flashpoint got an update. A lot of we've kind of already handled. They finally announced something I told y'all about a week ago. So that's cool, right? That's the thing, I guess. Yeah, we're awkward. I don't know why. It's a little awkward with y'all today. Not that y'all are awkward. It's just, man, I really felt like I had to go after him yesterday. And yeah, it's always like that 24 hours of like impending fallout. Is something going to happen for this? I don't know. But we're here now. And we're going to talk about it. And then we've got this stuff that happened. That's a thing. And then we got the Ferengi Battle Pass. Yeah, and we got that. We got lots of things. Lots of things. It was great to watch. Look, I'll be honest. Like, I always try to, and I'll go ahead and be upfront with all of y'all. Why do I always try to be very even keel? I'll be truthful. One, I'll turn down this volume a little bit. Sorry. I'll be truthful. Why do I try to be as politically correct as possible? Because of Scopely. Truthfully. I mean, for years they told me that I'm too volatile, extreme, etc. in my viewpoints and stuff. And I try to keep it toned down, but like there just reaches a point where, oh heck, I don't have an NDA anymore and I'm never getting one back. Heck them all to heck. Heck them all to heck. I can still love this community and still love this game though. So we're here now. We can talk about all this stuff. Chrono, good to see you. A ginger volatile, I know what happens. Exactly. A man can only take so much because look, and this is no offense to anybody out there. I think I have more reason to be passionate about this game and want it to succeed than anybody that doesn't work at Scopely because, well, y'all pay my bills. And shocking, there's already 240 amazing people here. But let me tell you a shocking secret that might blow your mind. Y'all aren't going to be paying my bills if the game dies. Yeah, shocking. The 250 people who are already here 4 minutes into a live stream aren't going to keep coming around. So of course I want the game to be successful. And how does the game be successful? Well, not putting out, I kind of undersold it in my fury yesterday. I was talking about them putting out 5 loops. It's technically more because it's 3 things to mine, 2 hostiles to grind, plus an additional 2 types of entities to hit. Technically I undersold it. It's 7 loops in 1 month, not just 1 loop in 1 month. So I mean, like, come on, Scopely, like, But we're going to try to not do that today. I'm going to try to actually be productive and help y'all. But you know what? If it goes off the rails, I'm going to be honest, man. I'm at a very high point of frustration where I love this game. I'm never leaving it. Like, my sunk cost fallacy is not that I've dumped $10,000 into this game, like some people out there have. My sunk cost fallacy is I've well over 20,000 hours of gameplay. I have been the primary content producer for almost 7 years. I'm going to the freaking wheels fall off. But if I've got to freaking go crazy on them, you know what? We're just going to go crazy. We're just going to go a little crazy and it's going to be all right. So we're gonna go. Amber says, not sure calling me now is good news. Well, it is good news if you need to do a 3-hour stream. So I've got to do a stream today and stream later. I can't just do full fury the entire time. I don't believe that's healthy, but that doesn't mean that we're not going to criticize Scopely and the things that we do. And we're going to start with this. Boop, 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 boop. Update 8.1. Yeah, this is the patch of, oh look, all the things that we should have done beforehand, but we did them here. Yay. All right, new systems, Exo constant updated Flashpoint events. So again, like this is to me off the bat, duh, more systems. Congratulations. If y'all haven't visited the new systems yet, I actually have. I've been mining in them because there is an alliance. I shouted them out yesterday during the video, and it was a truthful shout out. Like I do appreciate the conflict that I get. It's an alliance called DMFL. I OPC hunt them every morning. I mean, I OPC hunt them a lot every morning. And again, I'm not speaking negatively to them on that. I just do. Well, when you OPC hunt them, they get mad, they come after you. And that happens sometimes. They've never been negative, right? Like nobody's in my chat telling me I'm a horrible human. They just, you're a pirate, expect pirate things to happen. Like Nightmare. First thing Nightmare did after he singled out my base was send me a message. We talked about the things that are going on in the STFC, and he, as a level 70, completely agreed. All right, he completely agreed. Like, yeah, this is no bueno, right? And then you get into like fun little matches like this. So DMFL, shout out to you. Hope you're having a great day. Don't use the Akira as your main PvP ship with Khan on it. But besides that, yeah, new systems. It was the whole point of what this was supposed to be. And I have already started to explore those new systems and to show you where they're at. They're just connected to some of the major hubs that existed previously. So for example, Montatu, which actually sounds like a planet from Starship Troopers. I actually wondered, did they rip that off of that? But anyway, that's there. You've also come over here. You got Glaive, Gamma. That's a new one. So you just got some of these that are attached to systems now. And you're going to find them a little bit everywhere. So they look like token systems. They just aren't token systems. They are just another offshoot that you will also have Hurak hostiles spawning in when flashpoints are active. For those that haven't caught the trend yet, flashpoints are literally just Galactic Invasions 2.0. Last summer we got Galactic Invasions for the first time. Now we're getting Galactic Invasions for the second time. So that's all that is. So when it's not active, you don't have the things going on. Just there. Anyway, that's how that works. Anyway, back to the screen. Boop. There we go. Also need to send my Nova back out and do some mining. But anyway, they added new systems for those that missed it. And Valhalla says there's only one extra system enough. I honestly don't have the answer to that, but yeah. Also, Eddie, check it out. If y'all haven't seen, there's a new top fan system here with YouTube, so it's pretty cool to see all the people in the chat. So you earn XP and different badges for shooting in messages and doing super stickers and all that other stuff. You get a little cool thing next to your name. Eddie apparently talks a lot here. And yes, Eddie, there are hazards in these new systems. So these are just regular systems that have been added. They're standard systems. So they're not token systems. You don't need an extra thing to get into them, but they are standard systems. So that means that you will have to deal with hazards, sadly. I'm sorry. I know if you're under G6, you don't like hazards. And if you're above G6, you definitely don't like hazards. So where are the Suliban transports? Oh, that one's easy. Let me give that to Tim real quick. Suliban transports are the chasers. So the way this loop works is there's two auto grind hostiles, right? And there's two type of Suliban hostiles. You have a runner, and then what's the other one called? One's a runner. I don't remember the other one. One's a runner, and the other is transport. Thank you, transport. And depending on what system you're in, they will spawn in different spots. Now, I did a video where I covered all this. This is my 101 Transigen video. I don't mind giving the answers here, but different systems will spawn different types of the Suliban. So you need both types to get the canisters. And there are auto grind hostiles. Actually, what I'm doing with the Daredex right now. I'm gonna set the Daredex out in the system. I'm gonna put up in the corner, and actually there it is right there. There is a Suliban runner, which is the rare. For the rare canisters, the transport is for the uncommon canisters. And again, this is a normal system, so you do have, this is one of the new systems, but you do have, as you can see, hazards. So I'm just gonna set it up there, let it do its thing. And this is one of the new ones, and you will have Hurak entities and the hostile will start spawning in this one. So in this case, you'll now have 2 60 systems as opposed to previously just 1 60 system. Now, they did not add these everywhere, FYI, so you don't just have every system that has a body double. It's some systems have a body double. It's like the beginning and the exit for a G5 or a G4 area now have a double. So, Joseph, good to see you. Just got here. Did I miss complaining about how you can win the Ferengi Premium Exchange but not be able to spin them? No, you haven't missed anything yet. So yeah, welcome in. Good to see you. Good to see you. Now, this is going to be an interesting conversation when we get to it. The Ferengi stuff. We're going to get through the patch notes first. But I think people are going to be very upset about the Ferengi Extra Battle Pass. Please, what I'm about to say does not mean I'm not mad at Scopely, but I actually like that. I'll explain why in a second. I will explain. Before you get mad at Rev, I have not changed. They did not come to me and say, Rev, we're going to ban you if you don't say anything's nice. Okay? But I actually like the second Battle Pass. Why? I'll give you the brief overview. We're going to get to the notes, then we'll get deeper into it. Here's why I like it. Because giving you the Ferengi Battle Pass is no different than them selling the Battle Pass again, except now free-to-play can get the rewards, at least some of the rewards. This is why I like it. Because go back to February. Remember they sold the Valentine's Battle Pass? All that does is let you buy the Battle Pass again for $20. That's all it does. So what you're doing now is you have a second Battle Pass that you can just do it and you get 2 free-to-play loops. That's it. That's the why I like it. It means that you can spend $20 and you're still getting more, but now free-to-play also gets something. Now, I am absolutely here for the argument. It's more events. I get it. Cool. I hate those more events too, but you can then choose to do those events or not. That's my logic. That's it. Free to play, have an opportunity to get more instead of it just being pure spender based. That's the logic. Let's move on to the patch notes. All right, so you have adjusted Hurok Invasion IMS standards for Stage 2 and Stage 3, and 3 new exocomps. Boo. Systems and hostiles. Fix an issue or incorrect spawn instead of the dropships. That will be handy, by the way. This was a big problem first time I ran Flashpoints. Corrected the designation of Mach Nino, ensuring correctly as Spirit is a deep space system. Yeah, I actually don't know if I like that, because that was, people were like level 34 was able to navigate into deep space because of that. Oh, man. Revenge hostiles in the crane system do not consistently drop chest. That was a big fix. That was good. Issue where Flashpoint systems filled entirely with epic entities, leaving no rares. Again, things that we knew would happen. Scopely, stop acting like you had no. Oh my God, what do you mean they're only epics here? It's like it's y'all's first day on the job, I swear. An issue that allowed players to bypass lock G4 warp paths. Yeah, that's what they fixed, by the way. I was actually really excited about it, and I didn't mention it in videos and streams because, to be honest, I didn't want that to get patched. But my level 34 accounts and stuff could go off into deep space because instead of having the normal locks where you're stopped by the mission path, the new system just lets you navigate on through. And they said, nay, not doing that anymore. They finally announced that you get XP for mining. So that's a thing. They didn't even really announce it. They said they fixed an issue with it. Still have not technically announced that you get XP from mining, but if you haven't, check out Revduce's video. He taught you all about that. It's really good. Yeah. Then we have away teams. Okay, cool. Some fixes, combat and battle ports, fixes, UI. No major UI updates, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, nothing major. Alliance chat. Now this was okay. Alliance chat when new players join. That's back. I actually do like that. As an Alliance leader, that was nice. Okay, and yeah, I think that's everything big. Yeah. Pips on the ship screen now. Yes, that lets you know if you've got like an officer slot that you can fill in or something like that. You got pips for it. Woo, pips. So I go to upgrade and I can see I've got 2 upgrades there. We can debate on whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. I am indifferent. I am woefully indifferent. But that's a thing now. Oh yeah, sorry. Still got that on the screen. Boop, you got pips now for ships. Say, hey, you got 2 upgrades you can do. And again, I'm woefully indifferent to this. Thank you for the correction, by the way. I appreciate it, Gary. Yeah, John Panette reference. No idea who that is. So, yeah, a couple nice things they added. The big thing was, you know, obviously adding in more systems, which you can see I'm currently in right now. And for those that do care, and I'm not saying you should, I'm just saying if you do care, well, you got to be mining Transgen and stuff right now, which is in your season pass. And who is going to do this? I don't know if anybody's going to do this in 11 days. That's a lot of mining. That's honestly a good chunk of mining. Let's see, 6 points. I'm just going to math it out real quick for this account. 364.78 million divided by 6. That's me mining 61 million common. I obviously just using common as an example. Yeah, that's not happening. Maybe if I had like the super exo comps, but realistically unlikely. Yeah, maybe if I had the super duper exo comps. Yeah, and I was mining several things at one time. So what I'm going to focus on is just doing the SMSs that pay out the current currency, and that's it. If there has ever been a month where you should be right on board with Rev Deuce's playstyle, it's this month, which is called Ignore FOMO, Have Fun. How do you do this playstyle? You're interested. You're actually like, wow, Rev, you tell me how you do this. Well, Big Rev here to tell you exactly how to live Rev's life playstyle. It's called, if you don't think an event's fun, you don't do it. And you might be but Rev, what if I fall behind? Let me tell you something. You're already as behind as you're going to be, and you're simultaneously already as ahead as you're going to be, because the great secret to this wonderful game in the background, that one, yeah, this one right here, you never catch up. It's not actually possible. New content comes out next month, and the month after, and the month after that, and the month after that, and the month after that. You never actually catch up. So if you play the Ignore FOMO, Have Fun, you can actually enjoy the game without constantly feeling like it's a job, even though for me it is a job. For you, it's not. Ignore FOMO, Have Fun. It's enough Big Rev. Play Rev style. Have a great time, or at least have a better time, at least have a manageable time in STFC until they stop deciding that 7 new loops is a good time. Because I don't think that's a good time. And going by the insane response from everybody out there, because look, I didn't really expect to go Red Hulk yesterday. I'll just be completely real. Let's talk about it. 500 of y'all here. Let's talk about it. Why? I did not expect that. I expected the Q&A to be a solid Q&A. Call me an eternal optimist or just call me a fool. I expected the Q&A to be good. But you know what the Q&A ended up being? Insulting. To me, it was insulting. It was. Wow, we're having a great time. Everybody should be happy. Wee woo wee. And I really got pissy, and as y'all saw, about the 15-minute gap between asking a legitimate question. And again, appreciate customer support. Sorry, community management for even fielding that question. I'm still beyond flabbergasted that made it in. But I was just like, ain't no way y'all are cracking jokes about poop emojis right now. Do you not see the flaming... Do you not see what's going on? And so then I'm really mad. But anyway, here's what y'all have done. And this is how I feel super vindicated. And also how I know Scopely's not going to ban me, because this is how mad y'all are. That video's only been out 22 hours. 13,600 views, over 2,000 likes, over 800 comments. Not to mention Reddit, Facebook, and apparently everybody. I've got people come out the woodworks who are saying, hey Rev, your content is usually trash and I can't stand you, but that video you did really good, which is a very backhanded way of complimenting me, but thank you. This is bigger in terms of like that than free DTI. And my hope is that Scopely like clicks. Like, yes, I still hope it clicks. I really do. I still hope it clicks. That they stop going, you know what, let's just add 5 more things for people to do. No, because Moof is correct. The question is, but will Scopely listen? And I can tell you this, Scopely has listened. I would say Scopely always listens. Scopely doesn't always act. The real question is, will they act? Scopely always listens to feedback. They just oftentimes go, the feedback's maybe not that big of a deal. The real question is, do they act on the feedback? But they're always listening. Some things they change, some things they don't. And I know there are players out there who I can never convince that Scopely listens. There are players out there who I can never convince that Scopely makes changes for players. That's completely fine. And to be honest, I get where you're at, because right now is a low point of my trust on Scopely. And I hate the timing of it, because this almost feels like I'm lashing out at them for not being in their content creator program. And I promise that's not it. If there's a Scopely employee out there going, oh, Rev's just salty because we don't like him. No, we've never liked each other. I mean, this has always been a contentious divorce where we're staying together for the kids, right? We're only together because we want Gordon to know that we love each other and we love Gordon, right? It's all an illusion. It has nothing to do with that. Fix your crap. Like, stop making the program bad, right? We're here for Gear Shot. Gear Shoot, yeah. We're here for the kids. So, you know, I hate the timing of it, but honestly, I'm so fed up. And a lot of this was Wrath of Khan not living up to its potential, and then getting hit with the, oh my God, the hype video they released. Y'all have to understand. Y'all have to understand. It took everything in me to not make a reaction video on their hype video for Flashpoints. Because if Flashpoint said anything, it is, we have no idea what it's like to play Star Trek Fleet Command. That's literally what their hype video said. Now, if you've never seen the hype video, you can go watch it yourself. You know how? Because they've pinged it 4 million times in the game. So you've seen it. Every time a video even gets breathed, here you go. It's right here. It's literally this one. And like, just look at the smile. Oh, we've really found it this time, guys. No, you didn't find it at all. No, but it's literally dying out there by the stump. And there's an alligator around it right now. And then he looks hungry. He looks real hungry right now. No, you didn't find nothing. You found a whole bunch of nope. Put it back. Right over there with that stump of that alligator. That's where it needs to go. Feed it to the alligator. Go away. So, do I hope this changes things in the future? Absolutely. And you can call me optimistic. You can call me silly for even believing it's possible, but I do believe. I do believe they can get better. How? Because I've seen them get better. To be very clear, for those who are newer here, like I see somebody's here. Somebody's one of my friends over on server 710. Somebody wasn't here at the true lowest point in this game. Now, we can argue that we're at another low point. Cool. But for those who have been here a while, they know the lowest point of this game was 2022 and bits of 2023. That was the lowest this game has ever gotten. We're talking like it was bad, and it was consistently bad for a consistently long period of time. It was real bad. I don't think we've made it there yet, but let me tell you, bro, we are steaming full force ahead. Choo-choo. We choo-chooing right towards it. But that post-COVID drop-off where Scopely thought that their infinite money glitch was going to last forever, ooh, that was pain. That was some pain right there. We can go back in the depths of STFC history, and it was not good. It's not good. Now, Denny says he'd say it's worse now than in 22. And you know what? Guess what? I'm not going to make a video and then 24 hours argue with you about how bad things are. Because if you want to believe it, that's cool. How can I argue? I literally just did a video where I cussed people out on YouTube. You know how hard it is to get Rev to use profanity on YouTube? They demonetized for that. Yeah, I get it. You know what? Fine. Completely get it. But to me, that was the lowest point in the game. And I feel where we're at right now with Flashpoints is dangerously close to repeating that same thing. And I don't feel like the game has the rubber bandiness to bounce back from that. Like, Chrono is here. Chrono is the leader, the runner, the CEO, the COO, the FCO, the FEC, the FTC, the AAF of STFC Statistics. So he is the leader and the current owner of the third-party tool that I use really often. In fact, I used in yesterday's video to show y'all in the past 2.5-ish months, 10,000 active accounts are gone. Right? Now, many of those active accounts were normal archives, right? Because archiving is a normal process that Scopely does every couple of months. And I'm not trying to sell that that's different, but what is different is the amount that happened. You know, and I've worked with STFC Statistics before Chrono was even there. I was working with it when Min was there and stuff. Never have I personally remembered, and I have player numbers going all the way back to like 3 years ago of what they were each month, when they changed, when they dropped off. I've never seen 10,000 in a 2-month period. I just haven't. And again, I've got them in spreadsheets, and y'all know I don't like spreadsheets, but that's honestly the best way to keep a lot of things when you're just talking numbers. I can pull you up some of the numbers from years ago, right? Let me see if I'll pull up May. See if I can. May 2024 numbers. Yeah, let's look at that real quick. Yeah, May 2024 numbers. Total number of players, 258,966. That's just 1 year ago, right? I've got a lot of these saved up because, well, I've got issues. I keep up with everything. But let me see if I've found one that's older. Let's see if I can find one from like 2020. How about 2023? Let's do that one. 2023. Now this is including like level 1 accounts and stuff. 260,935 active players. If we take out the level like 0s and 1s, it's like 255,000. So very close to what is active in today's game now. But in none of those trackings, and for those who are curious how ugly these are, it's as you would imagine. It's good old-fashioned RevDuce ugly spreadsheets, like literally just pure numbers and math on the side. Yeah, I've not seen such a drastic drop in accounts, and the only thing I can tie it to is Star Trek Fleet Command, right? It's when your stuff is not well received, when your things are not good, in my opinion, that's what happens, right? Wrath of Khan, I noticed a massive return of people, and I can see this. And I'm giving you all these numbers because honestly, I think y'all like this number stuff. If y'all don't like it, please tell Rev to shut up. But just going by my own analytics, you know, there's a benefit to being the largest content creator the game has, right? And again, this is making me sound big-headed, and even though I am a little big-headed, I'm not that big-headed, but I saw a lot of returning viewers in Wrath of Khan. How do I know they were returning? I am so glad that you asked. Here's how I know they were returning. Because I did not have a massive jump in subscribers, and because I actually have a nice little button here that tells me if I have a new viewer or if they're an old viewer. So it lets me know. And guess what? In the month of May, just as an example here, I'll show you some of the numbers. There's no finances or anything on here, so I'm not showing how dismal that is. Okay, let me grab 1 second. Uno momento por favor. Let me find this one. There it is. So, as you can see, in May, 66.9% were people who are already subscribed to the channel, and yet 72,000 unique people came. That's a lot of people, right? That's an uptick. So the game did enough to get people to come look again, and then they said no. They said nope. What's the difference? I can pull up the last 28 days, and I've had 5,000 less viewers. But the number of people subscribed is actually gone up. So, yeah. So, yeah, you brought a lot of people back for Wrath of Khan, and then they were disappointed, and then they maybe stuck around a little bit. Like, okay, it's a little bit rough, but it has a lot of long-term potential. And Wrath of Khan does. Wrath of Khan has a lot of great stuff long-term, but short-term, the buy-in is terrible. This is, as I said yesterday, it's almost irredeemable. Like, yeah, you gave me all the artifact sourcing, but you're now making me do 18 things to get to said sourcing, and that's just not fun. At least with Wrath of Khan, I could grind all of it at level 26. I'm not saying it's easy, but it was there. It's not the case here. So my hope is that all the resounding fists, shaking and pitchforks and torches will be heard. Or worst case scenario, well, it's gonna be like a Louisiana August night, right? It's gonna be dark outside, but still 95 degrees freedom with 80% humidity and mosquitoes around your face. And I feel like that's where we're heading towards. We're heading towards a Louisiana August night right now, and I don't think that's good. I think that's really bad. So I'm going to be expressive, and I'm going to say all the things. And hopefully, if people continue to agree, then we'll push forward and we'll find legitimate change. And for those curious, has Scopely reached out to me since then? One Scopely employee reached out to me this morning and did not talk about the video. So I don't know if that means business as usual. I don't know if that just, hey, I needed help with this one thing. But yeah. Yeah. Denny says the way to cut the grinding is to do more grinding according to Scopely. Yeah. Yeah. The overlords will appease us with other crappy comp chests. Hey, move. We've had some great comp chests in the past. But here's my problem. Do I dislike comp chests? No. But does a comp chest fix this loop? And keep in mind, Flashpoints is the overarching reach for the whole last 6 months. It says Huracan. That means that they expect us to be here or 6 months. A comp chest doesn't fix this for me. That's my issue. Comp chest doesn't fix this. Now, I'm not saying a comp chest wouldn't be welcome, but I need like legitimate changes, more than just adding in Mondathu where the bugs are at, and we need to go nuke the bugs in their holes. Besides adding this, I need more. I need a lot more. This isn't enough. And this, again, that should have already been released. That should have never happened the way that it happened. Jedi says the latest arc and new content has pushed me over the edge, and I'm now in the I'm not here to play the game anymore. I'm still here because of my alliance mates and Rev. It's hard to leave Rev. Well, dang it, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. So, comp chests should be rares because they actually test things before they... Comp chests should be rare because they actually test things before they release. Here's what's going to make you more upset, Butter. And again, I'm not saying any of this to defend Scopely. This is to tell you the honest to goodness truth. They test everything that rolls out. I know many of you go, there's no way. There's a way. No, there's even a team of people not associated with Scopely, as in they have a select group, a very special group of people who are regular players who play test things beforehand. And yet, that's the kicker. That's why you should be mad. Things still come out the way that they are. And to be very clear for those curious, do said players tell people before time that, hey, this is probably going to be a problem? Shocker, they do. They do. And I'm not just talking about there's a QA testing system. Scopely also tests their own things to make sure there's no bugs. Believe it or not, they do. They do. And there's even a special group. There's a select few people out there, and no, they're not just whales, but there is a special program. And no, I'm not allowed on it. But do I know what happens on it? Maybe, Scopely. Fuck it. So, I know a lot of this feedback is put forth, and I know they have testing. Thing is, going back to what we were just saying, getting Scopely to listen. So, use this as a pivot point to talk about this. To technically, you can kind of blame Rev a little bit. I'm just saying a little bit of blaming Rev. Not a lot, but keto amount. You can blame Rev and others for the fact that the Ferengi Exchange Pass exists. Why? Why do you blame Rev for this? Because I have personally been one of the people who says it's better to run 2 battle passes than to just sell a second battle pass to spenders. Hope y'all don't take offense to that. But if you're going to do 2 passes, like if you're going to sell it, then I would like free-to-play to have this up here. That's it. That's it. If you're going to sell something already, I would love free-to-play to have free stuff. That's my only logic. So if we're going to sell a second battle pass this month, then yes, I like it in this format because that means you out there who are so frustrated with Scopely, you'll never give them another one of your freaking pennies that the US isn't even going to be minting anymore. At least you get something for being here, for sticking it out, for saying tomorrow I'll still be in Star Trek Fleet Command. You get to do the Ferengi Exchange Pass. So, there you go. There you go. Am I even saying that this is the best reward structure? No, I'm not. Because to be honest, the Ferengi Exchange leaves a lot to be desired. If I'm being completely upfront, I think it does. But it's the fact that it provides something for free to people. There we go. I like free. And if that speeds up, don't do your Revenant build. That one goes pretty quickly. But if it speeds up, another build for you, especially in your special shit, whatever, if you're going to sell something, I want free to play to have an option. So blame Rev and others like Rev for saying this type of thing should exist. But I do want to be very clear. This does not negate my other complaints. Rev complains about the fact that the UI is atrocious. This is atrocious. I am sorry, Scopely. Do I love the token system for officers? I do. Do I like that there's now a free-to-play second battle pass for people? Yeah. The UI is god-awful. Like, this is terrible. All this scrolling, just to find maybe what I'm kind of looking for is abysmal. It's bad. It's terrible. It's trash. It needed to be fixed 7 years ago. It's still basically the same format as when the game started, just with a couple of more buckets. Exactly what Graduate McKay said. This design is old and it's very much showing its age. Now, Tiberius says having to spend $20 to unlock the right to use some of the currency rewards is bad. Shout out to the McCullough Crucible. Here's my rebuttal to that. Agreed. My only positive that I'm throwing out for the McCullough's Crucible, the Ferengi stuff, is the fact that like I can get stuff, right? Free to play. No money. Rev broke. So, that's what I'm telling you. 100% agree with you, though. And don't worry, the vitriol, the frustrations, the southern gingerness has not left from yesterday. I just know that y'all don't want me to be that way for 6 hours straight. And that's not honestly healthy. But John says, John asks, is Scopely trying to encourage more free-to-play players to start making purchases? Yeah, absolutely. Right? I actually got into this discussion yesterday with somebody else about, they said that G6 is the best experience they've ever had in the game. And I believe that for them. I do. But here's the thing. It's all a ploy. Like, the sad truth of it is, I was actually talking, for those that don't remember, last year I did an interview with 4 VIP players. And they expressed to y'all the frustrations of what it was like to live in the premium area and why things were designed the way that they were. Here's my thing. There's so many of y'all going into G6, and as long as you're happy, I'm happy for you. But what so many who don't follow this stuff don't understand is that it's a trap. It just is. I'm not saying that everything, and even now I'm still trying to be slightly politically correct. I'm not saying every move Scopely makes is nefarious, but I am telling you this. The amount of people going into G6 are only getting themselves into a position where they're about to experience a level of frustration I don't think they've experienced before, because they don't understand how expensive and how much of a jump G7 will be. Like, a lot of people I know who are free to play 68, 67, 69, going to 70 are like, you know what? I can continue on my $20 Battle Pass path and be completely fine. And that is technically possible, but I really, really, really struggle to believe that Scopely is going to release G7 and it's going to be, hey, Battle Pass is enough. I don't believe that. Could it be true? It absolutely could be true. 100% could be true. But what I feel like is more likely, G7 rolls out. When G6 rolled out, for those who weren't here, when G6 rolled out 2 years ago, there was an event. There's actually 3 of them, where the event cost $100,000 in packs to complete. Now, you might go, who would do that? That's not the argument. Yes, some people did. Not the point. The point is, that's the expectation by Scopely. They expect that. Like, we know we're going to reel in that big bluefin tuna. There's somebody out there. More power to those people who keep the game free to play. But my worry is, all these people getting into G6 are like, hey, the economy is getting so much better, and you're right, but it's only to get you closer to the premium area so they can throw the hammer down, because here's what's happening. Players are progressing into G6 so fast right now, they're going to expect the same level of progression. And you are not going to find the same level of progression. You are going to find an imposing wall that delineates a class system. And if you are not part or willing to be part of that class, you are likely going to experience a level of frustration that is going to make you quit the game. That's my big concern for the 25,000 people who have gone into G6. It's not even that I think that all G6 content is bad. I do think that G6 to this day is incomplete. Like, I believe G6 is an unfinished product today. If you're in G6, feel free to share if you agree or disagree. Flip side, I feel like G3 is a complete product. If you did all of G3 in its loops, it feels full. There's a decent progression path, but there's always something new. You can progress. You've got stuff, is what I'm saying. G6 feels like they've filled in a lot of spots, but G6 is still missing quite a bit of content. And yet, that will not stop what's right around the corner from rolling out. And that's my concern. At the end of the day, I am worried about players buying into the dream of this progression path will continue. Now, if you go into G6 and you know that if you go to level 70 right now, you likely, if as a free-to-play player, will be at level 70 for 6 to 12 months, and you know that, cool. I have no issue. All I care about is people being knowledgeable about where they're going and the decisions they're making. And if you know what's going to happen and you still move up and you're having fun, then I have zero right to tell you what you're doing is wrong. Have a great time. I am legitimately happy for you, Tiberius. But for everybody who doesn't know, who isn't familiar, who hasn't been here 7 years and watched Scopely do the exact same thing with G5, the exact same thing with G6, the exact same thing with G4, right? And to the point that if they feel like you're progressing too fast when content rolls out, they'll nerf it. And I often say they never nerf things, but there are examples of nerfing. And when do they nerf stuff? When high levels, when spenders are moving too fast and getting things too cheap. Let me give you 2 examples. And again, I'm doing this as a warning. I'm letting you know how this company operates. When G4 first rolled out, players were not buying the G4 uncommons. Why? Because they took their happy little butts to Sol, Romulus, and Kronos and found that they could grind them 100% free to play, get the ships, never spend a dime, and go get their Katingas and their Kelvins and their Valdors for free. And Scopely said, nay, nay. What did Scopely do? Scopely nerfed the drop rate of the capital systems. They nerfed it. Now, for those who've gone there now, you're like, oh, what do you mean nerfed it? As in now, you would need to spend thousands upon thousands of hostile hits to get the boxes needed to unlock a full ship. As in, you would need to hit 10,000 plus hostiles. I'm not making that number up. We ran the math to get a Kelvin or a Katinga. It did not used to be that. It used to be significantly lower. That's one example. Rev, do you have another example? Oh, yes. In fact, I have plenty more examples of how Scopely nerfed stuff. Here's you another example. You know that hostile daily limit that many of you complain about? You know, you tryhards who are way too obsessed with the game and really need to do something better with your life? You know, one of the biggest reasons that got implemented was because G6 players were moving through the reputation too fast. I'm sorry, G5 players were moving through the reputation too fast. And Scopely didn't like that. Scopely didn't like that they had unlimited grind capability. Some of them may have been using bots. Some of them may have not. We did report a lot of bot usage back then. But they were moving through the ret system so fast, Scopely couldn't keep up. Like the content wasn't ready. So Scopely slowed them down, right? Here, I'll give you another example of how we purposely punished and hurt you and ran some players off. G6. I mean, look, I'm just giving you examples. You can choose to believe me, do whatever you want, okay? I don't care. I want you to have fun. What'd they do in G6? Oh, well, hey, we're going to introduce this new system, and it's a special system. It's actually, we're going to reset the game economy, and the reset the game economy, we're going to call it Sigma. You need Sigma resources now. Okay, you know, and to be real, I've said this many times. I'm not changing what I've said. I like the idea of resetting the economy because this game has had so much insane power creep. But what do they provide in this system? Now, I don't have a screenshot handy because this is a level 60 account and I'm not going to log into the G6 accounts I have access to, especially after I just ticked off Scopely. I don't need those accounts getting banned. But if somebody wants to send me the conversion, feel free. There is a conversion because when you go into Sigma, well, shocker, your regular Tritanium is suddenly not worth as much as it used to be. And then there was a conversion to get Tritanium to Sigma Tritanium. But the tax was insane. Why is this important? It intentionally slowed down spenders, but it nerfed what spenders had paid for. Here, I actually might be able to find one. Sadly, Anders has quit the game, but the reason he quit was because of the Sigma tax. Now, let me put this on the screen. Here's an example of what I'm referring to. Now, for those of you who are in G6 now, you still have that system, but it's not as bad. Give me 1 second. No momento, por favor. This is what it looked like when it first came out. So right now, Amber says they're spending 3.4 trillion Tritanium for 36,000 Sigma. Try 9.5 trillion Tritanium to get 30,000. 3 times as much. Not much better, but it's a heavy tax. And I want to remind you that this is in the beginning. So people didn't have as much Trit, or they didn't have as much Sigma capability because none of all these bonuses you're enjoying right now existed. They weren't here yet. That wasn't a thing. Right? That wasn't a thing. So this was all Tritanium players had paid for, that they then were just yanking it. Like, oh, mine, that's mine now. Thank you. That's mine now. So again, all of this is a warning to let you know that I'm not saying that the economy improvements to G6 aren't good. I love them. All I'm saying is, please understand that what is coming ahead will not match what you're experiencing now. Every time something has come out like G4, G5, G6, there has been massive roadblocks intentionally placed to make sure that progression was slowed to incentivize spending. Every single time. And if Scopely doesn't do that with G7, I will come on this channel and I will apologize for warning people. I will legitimately say, Rev was wrong. This is my bad. Y'all all should have gone up. I held you back. I will apologize on this channel to Scopely and to every player. If they do not release G7, I will not eat my hat because that sounds like it'll take a while, but I will apologize if they release G7 and you can just free to play your own happy self up to level 80 as if nobody cares in a year. If you can do that, Rev will just say I was a butt and I lied. Well, I didn't lie. I was wrong. But do I believe that's going to happen? No. Why do I not believe it? Because I've been the content creator here making content when G4 rolled out, when G5 rolled out, when G6 rolled out, everything rolled out. I've made over almost, if you count live streams, I've made over 3,000 videos covering Star Trek Fleet Command if you include live streams in 7 years. And my Lanta, I'm grateful. It's feeding my kids. So I got to be grateful for it. If y'all want to support the channel, check out revdeuce.com. We got a new podcast episode if you really enjoy this type of content. But yeah, that's my thing. If you're in G6 now, I hope you're having a great time. All I care about is, do you know what's ahead? If your answer is yes, then you're good to go. Graduate Case says, I highly doubt you'll need to do that. Scopely are nothing if not consistent when it comes to incentivizing spend to the point of breaking arms. And in like the defense of my paradigm, well, we already have the Vengeance has released now. There are 7 people in the world with a Vengeance. Well, the Vengeance costs several $1,000s just to acquire. Just to acquire. So if G7 follows the pattern of the ISS Jelly for G7, which is the Vengeance, well, if the Vengeance costs thousands to acquire, let alone upgrade, I don't think, have I shown y'all what you have to buy to upgrade the Vengeance right now? I don't know how many people I've shown. But if it follows that path, then G7 will as well have a $100,000 plus buy-in to make it to the top immediately. If you want to be an early adopter, if you're out there saying, hey, I'm level 70 Rev and I don't mind spending, well, if it matches G6, $100,000 is literally the price point to go from now to the top of whatever new comes out. And if you're okay with that, I don't care. Again, that is me guessing based on what has happened in the past. Scott says shows. All right, Scott, I'll go grab what it takes to upgrade a Vengeance. And actually, my Lanta. My Lanta. Also, No One Shout, good to see you, buddy. How you doing? I have no idea what you're referring to in your message, but I just saw it because I had to switch screens. 1 second. Whose chat am I looking for that image? Ah, here we go. Here we go. So, I'm going to pull up 2 things on the screen in a second. I'm going to get them pulled up here so y'all can see it. And I want to show y'all what it currently takes to upgrade the USS Vengeance, which, hey, I will not pretend like it's not pretty. It's darn tootin' pretty. Like my Lanta, she's a gorgeous little gal. All right, so here is USS Vengeance. Bam. Actually, first, let me show you what the Vengeance looks like in case you haven't seen it. If you're level 60, you can see it. Go into your shipyard, scroll all the way to the end, and look at the new legendary tag. So you can just, I don't even need to sort by anything. Just literally go to the very end. Bam. Legendary. This is the USS Vengeance. This is the ISS Jelly, essentially, going from G6 to G7. So, Tier 1 Vengeance for me, 53 bill. That's very small. The biggest one I've seen is around 500 billion so far, I believe. We do believe that stat-wise, it will reach 1 trillion very quickly, assuming you pay for it. All right, back to what the Vengeance is. So, Vengeance, like any other ship, you got to upgrade it. It needs 30,000 automation modules to upgrade. Many of you might be going, well, Ref, how would you go about getting said automation modables, those things? How would you get them? You buy them, and not only do you buy them, you get the really cool opportunity to have Scopely RNG involved. Who would have thought? I think that's a great idea. Yeah, so you buy this thingy so that you can turn in for this thingy. And maybe you get this amount, maybe get that amount down there. Who knows? It's a fun game we played called Give Me All Your Money. It's my favorite game. Give me all your money. So, if, again, I'm making fun, I'm making light, if G7 matches this, be warned. Be warned, right? Hey, give me all your money. You need to clip that. That's going to be a new thing we do. That's the new thing. So, you know, I'm not judging people who do that. If you are having fun, if you are one of the 7 people to unlock the vengeance, for example, Key, I know you have one. Key, you're a good dude. I got nothing negative to say about you. You're having a good time in life. Awesome. I'm just trying to warn the people like me who are not financially capable of this. Let me tell you, if Rev acquired this today, there are a couple of repercussions that would happen. Number one, my wife would leave me. It would happen. My wife would leave me if I blew this amount of money. That's the type of financial situation we're in. I, honest to God, don't know how I would do it because I don't have a credit card limit high enough to even get the vengeance. Like, that's how you really get humbled. Because I know what a couple of people paid in their SLB or the RLB to get this. Because it was a region leaderboard. And a couple people I know spent several $1,000s. Because you had to win the RLB to do it. This guy, my credit card limit doesn't even go as high as people spend. So my wife would leave me in my bank and my credit cards would really be wanting to know what the hell's up. Because, yeah, maybe I should have a better credit limit at 35. I don't know what y'all's credit limit is. Mine is not that high. So, I don't know. Popula said the EU leaders spent 8,000 euros. And again, and I want to be very clear, just like yesterday's video was not judging any Scopely employee for doing their job, I'm not judging any player who has the financial well-being to get the vengeance. I'm so happy for you because I do appreciate this game being free to play, right? So none of this is judgment on them. I'm just simply saying Rev's not built like that. Rev can't do it. So that's how Rev knows. When everybody's like, Rev, you're really holding yourself back. You should go into G6. No, why would I do that? Because I know what's around the corner. My decision to not go into G6 has everything to do with G7 and then where y'all are at as a player base. Why would I rush ahead and then, because here's how I see it happening. I'm going to go into G6 when G7 launches. But let's say I was in there now. Well, I know G7 is going to be expensive. So then I'm forced to sit at level 66 or 68 or 70 for a time that I don't want to sit there waiting for things to get better. Instead, I can enjoy levels that are enjoyable. 60 is unarguably, if you disagree with me, normally I'm okay with disagreement, but I'm just going to go out and say it. If you say level 60 is not one of the most fun levels in Star Trek Fleet Command, you're just wrong. And you can just go sit in the corner and be wrong. Level 60 is hands down, no argument. You are debating with the wrong person. It is one of the most fun levels in Star Trek Fleet Command. If I had to point at levels that I know people, no matter the playstyle, are going to enjoy, level 60 is one of those levels. You are just going to have a freaking whale of a time, probably not being a whale, but just being there and having fun. Enjoy that while it's there. That's all I'm saying. This has turned into a really long monologue that I did not anticipate happening today. So appreciate the 700 people who are here right now listening to me warn y'all about G7. And let me be very upfront. I hope I'm wrong. I really mean that. I do truly hope I'm wrong. I hope G7 is not a ridiculous buy-in that nobody can enjoy except for the most spendy of spending. But I do believe that's what it's going to be like. Is it worth camping at 60 over 59? Absolutely yes, Zero. Why? Well, that's one reason why. Dadgummit, she looks good. My Atlanta, ain't she pretty? Woo! That's a pretty girl right there. She's missing Gwen DeMarco, but it's a pretty, pretty girl. Look at the nemesis right there. Like, my Atlanta, come on. Look at the lines, baby. If there was a 1980s sports car inside of Star Trek Fleet Command, it's this right here. Look at those lines, baby. If them sharp edges ain't waiting to give you tetanus and bad hairdos, this is it, right? So much fun. Absolutely 60 over 59. Absolutely. But yeah, very fun level. Would encourage. Also, Rev, don't forget that you have chasers. That's silly. Don't forget that. They hurt. So, Tara says it will be. It always was. Remember the time people said that G5 was only doable with a lot of money and then G6 the same? Yeah, I do. And the problem is people forget, right? And again, I'm not trying to just talk negatively about Scopely. I understand that Scopely is a business and they're trying to make their money. And I honestly can't gripe at that because I also am trying to make my money. If you want to support the channel, we have PayPal, Venmo, Cash App. I've got medical bills to pay off. I have 3 children to feed. I have a mortgage. And I only make what I make because of amazing people like you who come to the channels, donate, and sign up on our website, revduce.com. There's my plug for the hour. If you want to support the ranting ginger who goes after Scopely and goes after Gaijin and other companies, check out my helpful links. If you don't, well, thank you for being here and at least hit the like button, you ungrateful son of a gun. But all that said, people forget how Scopely works. They just do. Right or wrong, good or bad, people forget that when new things roll out, price is high. How long does it take to go to 61 build time? Yeah, I'll show you. My build time to 61 is 554 days and 20 hours. I have multiple researches that I have not finished maxing out for that, FYI. But yeah, sent to Cash App. Oh, well, thank you, Quincy. Quincy is a regular supporter of my family. Thank you, Quincy. I really do appreciate it. Let me go ahead and Cash App lets me put like a little heart on it to thank you. Thank you, Quincy, for continually supporting me and my family. I really do appreciate it. Thank you very much. Yours says 759 days. Well, then dang, D-Man, that sounds like Rev's got a lot more research done than you do. So that's way too many days. If anything, don't go to G6 yet because Lord knows I don't want you spending Latinum on all those speed ups you're going to need if your build times are that bad. So you should build it and not use speed ups. Well, we could calculate because I'm going to save 21% off that. Because remember, for those that don't know, one help is either 1 minute or 1%, whatever is greater. So you knock 21% off that. I mean, it's still over a year, but yeah. So, but anyway, again, thank you to Quincy for your continued support of me and my family. It does mean a lot. I greatly appreciate you. You can also pop exocomps. You can pop exocomps. For those that don't know how that system works, whether it's a mining exocomp, a building exocomp, if you activate the exocomp, that only lasts for 8 hours, but then you did the building in that time slot. So this would be this one, for example, it's 130%er. If I activated that and then I started the build during the exo, that math is computed right then. So even though this exo would expire in 2 hours, I would still have that 130% bonus for the entirety of this build. If you did not know how that works, that's how that works. It's good we get a little bit of actual game thoughts in this to help everybody out. So Paulo says 448 days here. These favors for build speed ups. Very nice. Yeah, see, those are some of the things that I've not done yet, Paulo, that I have to catch up on. So your build time is faster, but my cost is lower than graduated. Yeah. If you can't tell, I focus on one of the things that I have been doing to focus on going into G6 is lowering anything that's going to cost Tritanium, because that means I'm lowering anything that's going to cost Sigma Tritanium. So this has been a big focus more than this has been. Doing researches for that. When I was more dumber, I thought it ran for those 2 hours and was just popping them thinking the timer was going to expire. Well, look, I get it. This game is complicated to a degree. It feels like that's intentional, but I don't even think it's to a degree. It is. Man, we just had game design come through yesterday in a Q&A. It was like, well, maybe you're struggling because you didn't take your G5 Epic high enough. And hey, did you max out those Voyager officers yet? Bro, that really chapped my that chapped my boo honey on that one. And again, I understand, I have to repeat this ad nauseum. I am not mad at the individual who said it, because remember, there was a There were several minute gaps. I know that they talk about these things while the Q&A is going on. They type it up somewhere else, and then they bring that over here. So that is an approved message that was corporately put together. So I'm not getting mad at one individual person for saying an individual thing. But holy heck, the disconnect, the tone deaf of, well, maybe you're struggling because you just ain't bald enough. Like, oh my Lanta, what is wrong with you? You don't blame what happened to, we living in a time, there's so many directions I want to take this, and I still want to be respectful. When I was growing up, there was a very famous saying for any business: the customer was always right. Now, I know that in today's world, sometimes the customer is just an a-hole, but what happened to that? Like, instead of telling players, again, a lot of players, again, to make Rev even more big-headed than he is, over 2,000 likes, over 15,000 views, over 800 comments in less than a day on Rev's very small Discord, Facebook, YouTube channel. All of these people agreeing, saying the same thing. Instead of saying, hey, all of you people are wrong, maybe you should be like, maybe they're on to something. Yeah, maybe the fact that Rev with I have 2 and almost 3 maxed out epics. Almost 3. And I will acknowledge that I'm really stubborn about not using my chrono deflector enough. And I need to actually upgrade it to be better against entities, right? But I can't beat a level 60 epic honor guard, the new Huruk. Rev, a top 75 player, level 60, with a maxed out ship, with hell, I mean, again, not trying to be mean, I have a hell of a lot better artifact situation than many of you out there. Not trying to be mean. Artifacts are just important to me. Always have been. Again, like, not exactly oopsing, but I can't do it. So unless the argument is Rev, who has devoted his life to this game, is just stupid, and he's missing something obvious, like maybe I should be using the Rialta, maybe you made things too difficult, and it's not the player's fault. You just love me too much to deflect me? I'll never deflect you, Chrono. Never. 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 Ain't no way. No one shall. I don't know if I want to address that. Okay. No one shall just made me aware of something because it affects other people. I'm not going to say anything. But Tiberius, I want you to shoot me a message real quick, just so that you and I can have a conversation, and I know you'll have a laugh. But again, real quick, before anybody's like, oh, share it, it affects other people, so I'm not going to do it. If it was just me, I would. But Scopa did a mess up that they shouldn't have done. But I'm not going to give it away because it would affect other people. So I'm keeping it under wraps so that people out there can still benefit from Scopely's oopsie. But they did another oopsie, and it makes me giggle. Also, real quick, I need to give a thank you to Adam. Adam donated to the channel, as well as Joanne. Rev needs his Snickers bar. Thank you very much to both of you for donating to my channel. Greatly appreciate you helping out with the medical bills. I got to fix the stupid point decimal system, but thank you. I greatly appreciate that. All right. Thank you very much. But man, oh my Lanta. Some people might figure it out looking around, but Tibbs, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell Tibbs, but anyway, other comments and questions. We spent over an hour kind of really harping on a lot of these things, and I'm not saying that's bad, but I do want to make sure that if anybody has actual questions, whether it's about Scopely, how things work, how the game works right now, make sure you ask those now. I don't want to miss those. Shoot them to me, right? I don't want to miss them. Shoot them to me. If you have actual questions, we can continue to talk about this. And I'll be honest, if you're out there, I would appreciate somebody, whether it's one of my regulars or whatever, take the time to go back in this live stream and really clip my warning of G7 and the examples I gave. That way I can just have it handy anytime somebody's like, Rev, are you sure you know what you're talking about? But yeah, which hostiles are invading entities? Eric, good question. Chimeras. Yeah, we're just talking invading entities. Chimeras, Krenim Solos, and Huruk, Honor Guards and Vanguards. Those three things. Entities are Chimeras. So remember, Chimeras spawn when we have Galactic Invasions right here. Yeah, right here. Galactic Invasion spawns Chimeras. Then we have Krenims, but only the Krenim Solos right here. And then we have Huruks, what came out with flashpoints, brand new. They spawn in these systems. I don't really have any artifacts level 38. What should I focus on first? Gear, great question. Number one, here's what you need to do. Talk to your alliance about running regular formation armadas. Very important, very valuable. That's the start. At your level, you're not going to get up to like the biggest ones, which, for example, I love people farming the 45s, but you need to be doing them anyway, if for no other reason, to upgrade your building. And then you're in G4, you really want to start working on Krenim formations, but regular formation armadas, how you can get this and turn this in a lot. Turn this in a lot. Hey, James. Yeah, I see you with your Wandering Warriors comment. Good to see you. So, there are 3 entities in the game today. Chimeras, not Fatu Cray. Fatu Cray are just hostiles, part of Galactic Invasion. Chimeras, Krenim see, I just messed up. Not Krenim formations, Krenim Solos, and Huruks. So, we got 87 days of 40, but I'm nowhere near ready. What do? Just keep working on things until you're ready. Honestly, 87 days is enough time to be at level 39 and going to 40 and get everything you need to get done if you're playing at a pace. So, if you're playing at a pace, that's enough time. That's enough time. All Huruks are just solo armadas. Good for clarification. Only the Huruk Vanguards and the Huruk Honor Guards. So the rare and epic entity armada things. So not the actual hostile. The hostiles are just hostiles. So we can actually go into the Flashpoint events tab and I can point them out. So this is your invasion. Your invasion stage 3, is rare and epic Honor Guards, Vanguards. Those are entities. I did a video about fighting them, if you remember. Then you have just the hostiles. The hostiles are just hostiles. So, and that was stage, the drop ships. Those are just hostiles. Entities are an armada mechanic. I've always referred to as entities as armadas 2.0. Nolga says Krenim formations are crewed like a regular armada. Correct. Now remember, entity crews will typically work on armadas, but armada crews will not work on entities. So, Dejas, Torah, Toligua, and DeMarco, a very common entity crew, will work on any armada. So if you want to make that your primary crew, like once you've unlocked those, go for it. And remember, you can get all those things free to play. So if you want to make that that way you don't have to worry about it and think about it, do that. That's fine. Nothing wrong with that. But just remember that subtle distinction. Entity crews can work on armadas, but not vice versa. And that was intentional. Why was it intentional? Well, of course, Scopely had to sell a new thing. It's hard to sell a new mechanic when you've already got 40 armada officers. Well, let's just make new armadas. Brilliant. Reminds me of those old Guinness commercials from the early 2000s. That they weren't claymation, but they were like paper dolls where the mouth moved like that. And every time they came up with a ridiculous dad joke idea, they're like, genius. That's what it was. It was that level of thought. Genius. Anyway, let me go out here and auto grind real quick so I can make sure I get my turn-ins. Oh, also, Skeeve, thank you for the reminder. Oh, that was Budweiser? I thought that was Guinness. Are you sure that was Budweiser? Budweiser was the frogs. Yeah, Budweiser was the frogs. That's now. Oh, am I thinking of Brilliant? Was it Brilliant, Adam? It was something like that. I was a kid. I wasn't drinking. There we go. Brilliant. It was Guinness and Brilliant. Same thing. Whatever. Same idea. You get where I was going. You understood what I was stepping in. Here we go. Sean says, good afternoon, Mr. Deuce. I have a general question about playstyle. I'm currently out 64. It can go to 65, but I don't know if it's something to go for now or hold off. This is a great question, Sean. Number one, I would ask you, how far along have you progressed in your cosmic particles research? And if you've not finished them out, you might want to hold off, because once you go to 66, you lose the cosmic particles in the daily events. Now, you still get that really tiny daily drip, but the big event that we do every day stops paying them out. So if you've not done all those researches, I would do that first before work on moving up. If you've already completed that, we can talk about that somewhere else. Is there a spreadsheet for entity crews? Yes, check out the video I made about fighting entities, and there's a spreadsheet with all the officers and crew suggestions that work. Yes, indeed. That is also in my Discord. Opportunity to plug Rev's Discord. Check it out, Rev Deuce Discord. It's in the description, but yeah, there's the animation. Wow, look, editing. Where should I focus on as a new 40? Should I do a lot of mirror space stuff, or should I work towards arenas? Just stick to what I was doing level 39 with the augments. I would definitely encourage you to work on your mirror loop, because there's a lot of good stuff in the mirror loop. That doesn't mean that it needs to be the end all be all, but I would definitely encourage you to do that. I would also say you want to get your NX01 loop started. The truth is G4 is a little tricky, because when you get into 40, you've now opened up a lot of loops, right? A lot of loops. Like, technically this loop just opened up for you. You can technically do this previously, but now going into G4, you're going to start getting expected to start doing the drop ships and everything. So the new augment loop, super important. Definitely recommend that one right there, right? NX01 loop, very important. Recommend that one. Mirror loop, very important. Recommend that one, right? There's a lot of other things baked in there that are still important. Gorn Eviscerator, still good, right? Vindicator, very passive, but don't skip out on getting the Vindicator. You definitely want to get it, whether through an event store or by doing PvP arenas. So that's the tricky thing. This goes back to what I said before. You know, ignore FOMO, have fun, find what you enjoy, and focus on those things. But there's a lot of stuff. Now, if you want to message me directly and we kind of go over little things, we can. And thank you, James, for the reminder. Today is Zen Deep Day. So it'd be a good day for everybody to go out and do their Zen Deepin'. So if you haven't, go do that. I'm going to send out a terrible crew, which that's actually a crew. As you can see, I just throw it on my cube and go hit in augment space. Oh, dang it, they're running those right now. See, there's so much going on. And I'm just going to go make sure I get my Zen Deep done real quick. Hit those. All right. You want to stay at 49 because, well, heck, Scopely, but I keep hearing go to 50 because of epic unlocks, thoughts, Rev. I would agree. Again, level 50 is still G4, and you get access to the epics, which even if you're not a big fan, like maybe you have an amazing NSEA and an amazing Pylum. However, if you want to follow Rev and have all the epics level 60 for free, you're going to want to build an epic and scrap it. So yeah, going to 50, allowing you to jumpstart that process is a good idea. You don't need to do it. Like, you don't have to have a 50 epic, but I would recommend it. I think it's a good idea. And pick whatever one that you want to be mirrored at level 60. So like if you were just a complete Federation fanboy, you believe in peace and no violence and mining and all those other stupid things the Federation supports, then you want to get Enterprise A so you can scrap it and have a majestic Enterprise D, or as we affectionately call mine, the USS Timmy. All right, whatever it is that you want to do. If that's how you love to play, I fully support it. Get the Enterprise A. That way you can scrap it at level 57 or 60 and have that big ship be even bigger. Same thing with the Tribune to go to the Daredevil and the Hegta to go into the Rotaran. So definitely would recommend that. Realize I missed the daily of Ferengi Exchange yesterday because of where it was located. It is in a different spot. And that's really all I got to say about it. Yes, it is in a different spot. To see the second Battle Pass, the special Battle Pass that Tiberius really loves, he supports, and puts his stamp of approval on. To find that one, you actually have to go into the seasonal passes for the Ferengi Exchange Pass. It's a short, like 12-day pass, not really a full-on pass. Then your regular battle pass is here in your events. It's also a little bit short. I mean, I guess I can't say it's shorter. This one's normal. The other one's a week shorter. It's a week shorter. So, oh, I got messages. Oh boy, what all is this? Somebody asking about the oopses, they can exploit it. It's nothing you can exploit, but I do appreciate the attempt, especially in these hard times. No calendar for the Ferengi Pass. I don't remember if there was one, and if there is one, Viper, if he's still in the chat, will have done an update to the calendar. He'll inform me. I don't know. Remember when I asked for help like a month ago because I was like 1,088 level 63? Now I'm number 88 level 63. So what you're saying is I jumped you 1,000 spots in a month with my advice. Look at that. That's why you pay me the big bucks. Appreciate you. Thank you very much for the love. And I hope you're having fun. Again, first, foremost, more than anything, I hope people are having fun, which we'll be doing today on Twitch. If y'all want to come have a great time, I have another game I'm partnered with that likes me more than this one. It's called War Thunder. The company's called Gaijin. We'll be doing Star Trek Fleet Command and War Thunder tonight. Wednesday is War Thunder Wednesday. So if y'all want to come hang out, check out the Twitch channel. You also get to be a little bit more, you get to meet more Rev over there. So, Erwin says, I never hear you about the new transgen canister exchange. What do you want to hear about the new transgen canister? What is the comment, question, etc.? What are the comments and questions? Tom Moore says, should I get the away team crest efficiency or the epic priority 1 unlock? Can't decide. Between those two, the efficiencies. The epic missions are really not that big of a deal for the priority ones. You want to unlock them, but it only matters to unlock them so that you can get to the research after, because honestly, I'm not a big fan of the epic missions. But you need to do the priority 1 epic so that you can get into this. Or this right here. But you can't get to Khan's favor until you have 60 million reputation anyway, so you're not really in a rush unless you have the rep to then progress to here. After that, I mean, spend it on what you want. Like, oh yeah, I've been meaning to do this. Strike Team Cruise. I just quickly did that one without paying attention. But yeah, let me go ahead and get that cooking. Because I'm a PvPer, so obviously I'm big on that one. But yeah. Rares are the most efficient way to do your priority 1 away teams, but you need to unlock this research so you can get down to here. Not to mention that the Voyager crew allocation is very nice, but the priority 1 Khan's favor, for those that don't know, this is a 10 level favor that pays out currency every day. So you actually get this currency every day. You actually get 2 prime currencies every day. The Khan's favor is super duper duperty good, and one of those hidden gems of the Wrath of Khan loop that maybe people didn't pay attention to because they were frustrated. Like, man, I really don't want to do all this stuff. I know. You're not alone. Everybody gets frustrated now and then. But in terms of value, it is super stupid good. And let me see if I can grab the daily payout real quick so y'all can see it. Uno momento, por favor. That's one more in Portuguese. No, it's not. Not at all. Where is that at? Where is that at? Where's that daily payout? I'm looking on the spreadsheet. I'm not making y'all watch me fumble through it because that'd be embarrassing. Instead, you watch me fumble through it while the game's still on the screen. Where is that payout in the spreadsheet? Yeah, it's in the away teams. Thank you, Tular. Tular knows. So here you go. This, not that one, nor get off of that road. The wrong thing. No, that is right. Yeah, this, I'm getting so disheveled around here. This is embarrassing. Turns into, as soon as it pulls up the sheet like it's supposed to, turns into this right there. So depending on the level you have it, that's what you get every day. So every day, if you have it at tier 1, you get 800 Pioneer Crest, 800 Galactic Recruits, Prime Valor Emblem, Orbit Medallion, and then a chance at various con shards, which woo transporter patterns. But every day, you get it to tier 3, that's 1,000 a day. You get it to tier 10, it's 2,000 a day. Now keep in mind, there are requirements, so you have to have certain levels of epic officers maxed out to continue that progression. But this is an everyday thing. So you get it to tier 3, and you have it for a year, that's 365,000 Pioneer Crest every year, just from doing that, not from doing anything else. That's 1,200 Prime Valor Emblems. That's 1,200 Orbit Medallions. So, very, very, very good research. Again, the Wrath of Khan loop to me is the exact opposite of what we have right now. Long-term value is massive, but there's a short time pain period. This one that we currently have, the Transigen loop, is a short-term and long-term pain period, like Silence, without the massive constant feedback of like, wow, this is really... Here's what I'm saying. What they wanted to clearly do with Transigen was make something that you consistently did but was fun, but challenging. What Wrath of Khan wanted you to do was Wrath of Khan wanted you to do something really hard for a couple of months, and then you can kind of move off from it while enjoying all these great rewards. Like, the whole theme of Wrath of Khan is you need to do it really hardcore for about 3 months, get your rep up, get all the really cool free stuff, and then you can focus on the other things that we're adding to the game. Transient, the great, brilliant idea of the evolving, living environment of Flashpoint was you're going to do this every day for the next 6 months. And you're going to like it. And you're going to buy it. Going to do all the things we tell you to do, and you don't like it. Well, that's your problem. That's you. You're the idiot. Yeah. That's what I think. So, big difference in styles. Big difference. Can't tell Rev's passionate about this. Rev's passionate. So, yep. Here we go. Rev's passionate. Oh, I got a message from Game Design. Well, that's cool. Ooh. And see, that is a good question to get asked. I'll tell you what the question is. I won't tell you who it's from. But the question is, what do you think are the 10 most desirable buffs for G5 and G6 players who are progressing, and what buffs that do not exist in the game would you like to see added? Now that is an opportunity for some good feedback. I will do that after this stream. And if y'all have thoughts, well, y'all were the 600 people here that can contribute to that. Feel free to shoot me a message if you have thoughts about what are the best buffs in the game, what ones that you would like to see be better and get gooder, and what ones that don't exist that you'd like to see exist. Shoot me a message. If you say it here in the chat, guess what? I'm not going to remember. But there you go. Meant for the first part, you will mine nonstop and they'll release the ship. Maybe. But even if they do, is Rev going to get it? Unlikely. Hypo, that's a good one. Make sure y'all message me. In fact, y'all go to my Discord, go to the STFC general chat, and y'all just start listing things, right? I've already got a couple of ideas. Like, I'm not completely oblivious. I'm not acutely oblivious of what many of you need and want, but I do want to get y'all's opinion, and I love including y'all in the content. So if y'all have thoughts, shoot me a message on Facebook, X, Discord, etc., and we'll kind of dogpile on that. We've got only a couple more minutes that we're live here on the channel. Like the video if you haven't already. There's still 660 people here right now. Thank you for being here. Like the video if you haven't already, and shoot me questions you have before we wrap up. And if you have more questions, well, again, for those who are new here, don't hang around very often. We're on Twitch 4 times a week, so you can come over there and check out that as well. Let's unlock the Khan's favorite. Where do we get that chest? It is a daily claim, Jedi, that will populate. I don't know if it'll populate as soon as you've unlocked it. If somebody in the chat who already has unlocked it would like to send me a screenshot, I will put that on the screen. If somebody wants to send me a screenshot who's already done it, I'll put it up there. And thank you, James. Appreciate you too. Transgen is a total bust for me. If you can't get the research, you can't really mine the darn stuff. Well, yeah, you never get the... I still actually don't know anybody who's gotten the particle. Thank you, Bond. I think Bond got... Oh, Bond's messing me about something else. Although I appreciate that one, Bond. Good. I'll come back to it. What was I saying? Tibbs had what I needed. Thank you, Tibbs. Woo! Boom. I wanted to show it on screen instead of just saying it because I'm a very visual person. So I like to actually show things on the screen. So if you're curious what it looks like once you get it, once you unlock the favor, you're going to need to go into your exchange. And that's what it looks like right here. It's right there. And then you'll see, obviously, the level that you have it. Tibbs is very whaley, so he's got it at 5 out of 10. Super spender. Crazy guy. Love him to death. Check out his Twitch channel if you haven't already, and his YouTube channel. But in your away teams tab, it'll just be on the box. Should be on the left. And then as you've scrolled further, remember, this is the same area that has that claim that you need to do every day to give you more of the away team speed ups. So that's this one right here. Yes, it would be right there if I had it. Tibbs has it. There we go. Now, if you just redeemed it, you might need to do like a whole reboot to make it appear because Star Trek Fleet Command. But yeah, that's where it's at. Correct. The one I have not claimed yet, Tiberius, my Atlanta. It's like I have two wives. And I'm just going to be honest with you, Tibbs. You're not as pretty as the other one. I'm just going to be honest. The other one's a lot prettier than you are. Thank you, Tibbs, by the way, for being here. Thank you to all the content creators who come by. It's greatly appreciated to have so many amazing people helping out. Thank you very much. So y'all are fantastic. Samo's here as well, saying Khan's favor is the best. Shout out to you. Let's see. A buff that lowers pack cost by 90% for 24 hours. Victim of circumstance. While you're in Dreamworld, I have a favor for you. In your Dreamworld, can I weigh 50 pounds less? Can I have more hair on my head? And can my 401k have more than 4 digits in it? Please and thank you. Since you're in Dreamworld, I would just like to put in some requests for Dreamworld. And yeah, I'd like to enjoy life in your Dreamworld as you are in yours. So thank you very much. Unlocked the Kishar on my phone using a tablet one day. Now the Kishar won't work on phone, only on tablet. That's weird, Falcon. We'll need to put in a ticket. I don't know why that wouldn't be working. Unless for whatever reason, check on your phone to make sure that you don't have that button turned on that turns off the Kishara, which is this one. Make sure that you don't have this turned off on your phone. It sounds like you do, and different devices can have different settings saved on them, but make sure that you don't have this clicked off. You need to make sure it's clicked on for you to use the Kishara on your phone. Yes, Glenn, we'll be trying to do a t-shirt giveaway tonight that was supposed to happen last stream, but did not. Is the NX-01 useful? I've been told it isn't as important as other ships. You've been told wrong. The NX-01, I'm literally using it here on stream. Yes, the NX-01 is useful. The NX-01 has a lot of good stuff tied to it, and I think I know there's at least 3 content creators who've been in the stream. I saw Zero, I saw Tibbs, and I saw Major Samo. So if y'all want to get multiple content creators' opinions, sure. I believe the NX-01 is absolutely valuable. Absolutely. Now, is it a one-trick pony? Also, yes, it is a one-trick pony. It is literally only for this loop. But here's what it does. It takes the Zendy loop, which is horrible, and then makes the Zendy loop take about 5 minutes a week. Honest to goodness, that's what it is. And then it also contributes to you being able to do a free-to-play Alliance tournament task that is arguably the easiest 10K task to do and the one you can save up the most free tasks for. 100% the NX-01 is important. I will not debate that it is a one-trick pony, and that absolutely can be very, very annoying. It's annoying to have one-trick pony specialty ships, but it is a must-have ship to do your loops. 100% must-have, and this doesn't even speak to the fact that the X-Borg faction has a lot of good stuff in it, that to afford that faction, you really want to have the NX-01 to be able to afford all the favors and all the goodies that are in here, like the officer exchange and the artifact hall and the mega chest. I do this pull every time I can. Look at this. This is free primes, free mats. That light's still not working, but it's really expensive to replace, so I haven't done that yet. So now I'm really dark on this side. Yeah, NX-01 is a must-have, and I'm not trying to be mean to your alliance, but anybody in your alliance who says the NX-01 is bad is simply missing out on important pieces of the game. Now, is it a good ship? What is your problem? I had to smack it around like it's the 20th century again. Anyway, absolutely good to have. Not necessarily, not something that you would use as an everyday grinder, but you want to unlock it because of how it progresses this loop. It makes this loop significantly easier, and that is worth a lot because we're always looking for things that make the game easier, less clicks. There you go. And look, wow. Oh, love this chest pull. This is the combination of the NX-01 and the NX-01 having the NX-02 Columbia skin. Look at all that. Transporter patterns, you can calculate how many rares that was, but 12 epics That's it. And again, this is a poll I do every day. Every day. Every day. Yeah, NX01's a need. NX01's a need. A way you can start doing the Zindy Aquatics part of the loop. Super good. If you have further questions, hit me up. We're going to wrap it up for the day. Remember, I will be live on Twitch tonight. Come hang out with us over there. I try to make myself as accessible as possible. I will see y'all then. I'm going to go talk to Game Design about that question they just asked. So for those of you who want to contribute, shoot me a message. Live long and plunder. Stay safe for the Space Cowboys. Deuces, that's me. I will catch you on the next Star Trek Fleet Command video. As always, I cannot thank you enough for the love and support. Like the video on the way out, and I will see you later tonight. Maybe.
An even better outro than the intro. For the Empire and glory to your house.